Today marks 6 months since Hurricane Helene devastated the western part of our state.
And in all of that time, the area continues to try to recover. The storm caused an estimated $59.6 billion in damage. 73,000 homes were damaged, 6,900 different sites on roads, including I-40, damaged. It is one of the deadliest U.S. storms in the 21st century. More than 100 people died in North Carolina alone.
There are still people who have yet to be found, and one family was hit especially hard, losing 11 people in just one morning. That loss is still painful for them 6 months later.
CBS 17's Russ Bowen is in Buncombe County tonight and tells us why this tragedy is going to stay with them for life.
How many generations have heard this calm, trickling sound? The sound that lulled them to sleep or helped pass the time on the front porch. The creek that kids played in on hot summer days. Childhood memories that are now a much-needed comfort for Brian Craig.
There was 3 houses immediately behind me. A cousin's house, my grandmother's house, and an aunt and uncle house. And then, I don't know if you can see the bulldozers, that was my parents' house, mom and dad. And then around the corner was another house with a great aunt and uncle.
More than a mile up the mountain, Hurricane Helene showed no mercy. More than a mile's worth of trees, rocks, boulders, mud came gushing down the creek bed. Anything in its way became a part of it. Anyone in its way stood no chance. 2 of those who rushed to save people became victim to yet a second wave. And then there was a third. Mercy seemed to have abandoned Craigtown. 13 people in this swath of land did not survive. 11 of them were Brian Craig's family, including his parents, who were inside his childhood home. Is this as hard today as it was 6 months ago?
It is. It is. I didn't think it would be that hard, but it is.
There aren't very many people on the planet, honestly, who can relate to what you've been through in your family. How do you mourn? Do you mourn everyone at once? Do you have to take time for 11 people? How does that happen?
You know, it's just day by day. Some days you don't. Some days are really good, and then other days are really hard. And it's still that way.
Do you talk to your parents out loud?
I do.
I do, you know.
Yeah.
What do you say to them?
Just pray.
If they were here with you now, what do you think your mom would say to you?
She'd ask me about football. She'd ask me about football. She would. She loved it. Grandkids. Sorry.
Just the Saturday before the storm, Craig's parents stood together for their granddaughter's wedding. Their last days among their proudest. So what to do now to help the acres of pain evolve into a field of promise?
You know, a place to come and hang out and, you know, bring grandkids. We have grandkids one day, bring them, let them, you know, play in the creek and fish and, you know, do what kids do. But I definitely see that in the future.
Just like Brian used to do, with the sound of water, now a sign of healing. Russ Bowen, CBS 17 News.
I could not imagine. I remember seeing that area when I went up there after it had happened, and to hear from them now, that's tough.
Unimaginable grief. Yeah.